The Snowballer is the event tower that you get for beating easy mode, Operation Ice. And as you can see, it throws snowballs. It's revolutionary, I know. Now with this tower, it actually doesn't have a placement limit, so you can actually have as many as you want. So here, you can just have, what, up to the 40 limit? But then obviously I can disable it more. So with the Snowballer, it deals 4 damage at a fire rate of 3 and a range of 12. Its placement footprint is actually the same as all the other towers, even though I mean, to be fair, I would expect this to have a smaller placement footprint. Whatever. You can see it actually applies a slowdown effect here, where each hit that the Snowballer does, it slows down an enemy by 15%, and then it can have up to 30% slowdown for that enemy. So technically, you would want the 2 of these Snowballers to be combined together to slow them down. The only problem is, it doesn't seem like it lasts a long time. It lasts like, what, about 3 seconds? Like, not even 3 seconds, like 1 second before it stops? Yeah, it's about a second. So the slowdown is like, what, 2 seconds? And then it just slowly decreases. It's like a gradient. Anyways, for the Snowball, this means that at level 0, it at a total cost of 300, which is quite cheap. You can have like 2 of these at the very start for most games. Its cost efficiency is 225, which is not as great as, say, the Scout, I think. Oh wait, no, it's about on par with Scout. So Scout has a cost efficiency about 240, and it only gets actually below 225 at level 3, and level 4, which is expensive, it costs money. So actually, the Snowballer can be quite decent. The only problem is the 4 damage means that there's going to be quite a bit of wasted DPS, because obviously, in terms of something like the normal, for example, you need 2 snowballs to hit. You need 2 Snowballer hits to kill the enemy. So it doesn't matter if it had like 3 damage or 4 damage. It's going to still need 2 hits. So having a large amount of damage early on isn't actually a great idea. So while its DPS is 1.33, do bear in mind that it's not going to be as great as you might think it is, especially early on. It's when enemies have low health and this deals like a high amount of damage in comparison. Yeah, it's going to deal very well against like the slow, but here, not so much. Also, I have 40 of them. I mean, to be fair, I haven't placed them optimally, but still, it's taken a while to kill the gold, you know? Meanwhile, for level 1, its fire rate decreases from 3 to 2.5. Max slowness increases from 30% to 40%, and chill slowness has increased from 15 to 20%. The chill slowness being the amount of slowness that each snowball effect has, and max slowness obviously being the maximum amount, so that's 2 snowballs. Now, for some reason, this damage here is a bit broken. Here it's 20. Surely these towers have dealt more than, what, 7 damage? Yeah, what's going on with the total damage for the Snowballer? It seems broken. The DPS has increased from 1.33 to 1.59, and its cost efficiency has dramatically decreased from 225, dramatically increased, which makes it worse, from 225 to 283, which is not that great. In terms of like something like a Scout, that's worse than all of the Scout levels. So after the first, unless you're spamming level 0 Snowballers, and even then, as mentioned before, with the way that damage works with the Snowballer, enemies you needing more shots than required with the Snowballer to kill them, and something like the tank, for example, tank modifier. The Snowballer doesn't seem like a very good tower compared to the Scout, and the cost efficiency here, 283, is worse than all of the Scout levels, like all of them. Only thing it's good for is slowness. It's a very, very cheap slowness tower. Is it better than the Freezer for this regard? Probably not. I mean, it can stack its snow down much more, and I believe the Freezer has like defense melting while the Snowballer doesn't. So, as for level 2, it costs 650 for a total cost of 1,100. Apparently on the wiki it says that it does splash damage. I haven't seen any evidence of it doing splash damage. It doesn't seem like it does splash damage. Look, if it does splash damage, then its explosion range is tiny. It doesn't seem like it does splash damage. Are people lying? It also only does single damage. Oh, and to emphasize how close it is to the Freezer, it has the Freezer icons. Level 2, 650. Its range has increased from 12 to 14. Damage has increased, doubled from 4 to 8. Max slowness has increased from 40 to 60%, and chill slowness has increased from 20 to 30%, so it still needs 2 snowballs, so that's a common theme. It's always going to need 2 snowballs to hit the maximum amount of slowness. Actually, for this price, I think it might be better than the Freezer for slowness. No, it's not. But the Freezer does only do 20% per hit slowdown, while the Snowballer does 30%. And then again, the Snowballer has a fire rate of 2.5, while the Freezer has a fire rate of 0.6. So it's not as good as the slowness tower, I can't lie. Anyways, this DPS is now 3.19, and its cost efficiency is 344. I'm just saying, it's not meant to be a DPS tower, but is it even a support tower? It barely does like freezing. It just hits one enemy, and like apparently it does splash damage. I can't see it doing splash damage. Like, it must be entirely on top of them. Hold on. I have admin mode. I can detect. Right, so it doesn't seem like they do splash damage. I can't lie to you guys. And if they had, the max hits must be terrible. I don't see this doing splash damage. No, this doesn't do splash damage. What is going on? So yes, that's level 2. And then finally for level 3, so it seems like easy mode towers, if they are going to have easy mode in the future, they're only going to have 3 levels. So because I guess the developers don't want to put too much effort into a tower that anyone can get from like level 0. So that's why I guess why they're all basic. So that's why the Halopunk was basic for basic starters, and that's why the Snowball is basic for basic people who are starting out from the game, because anyone can get it. And I guess they don't want an OP tower that people can have like spamming immediately. But that does mean, right, at level 4. It costs 2,500 for 3,600, which is like one of the cheapest total price increases, I think. Its splash damage is now 14. Fire rate is 2. The range is 18. Its explosion rate is NA, so I assume it doesn't mean it doesn't have any explosion range. Max slowdown is 60%. Slowdown per hit is 30%, so that's the same as it was at level 2. Slowdown time, I don't know, it seems to be the same as before, except more because the max slowdown is increased. It does now freeze on hits on max shield, so that's at 60%. It now freezes the enemy for a brief period of time. Doesn't seem like it does it for all that long, like 0.025, like 0.25 or something. Oh wait, apparently the freeze time is 2. There's no way that freeze time is 2. Unfortunately, no hidden detection though. But you can, if the hiddens are near to an enemy that can be detected, then apparently, yeah, it does actually now do splash damage. Wait. So what we expect for this is some damaged hiddens if they could deal splash damage. And I'm not seeing any damaged hiddens, I can't lie. So the splash damage statistic only appears to apply at level 3, sorry, max level. Otherwise, it's just not here. So it doesn't actually deal splash damage until level 3, which is a bit misleading. So like, it maybe have like a max hit of what 1 or something at everything before level 3? Even then, that max level doesn't even have that good of a max hit. No, its max hit is terrible. It looks like 5 or something. So even its max hits are like terrible. So what, 3,600 for, I mean, yeah, its max hit increased to like 5 maybe. It looks like 5, I could be wrong. Its DPS is 7.47 for a max level tower. Is that better than the freezer? It's worse than the freezer, to be fair. The freezer costs 7,875. Still though, 7.47 for a tower that's not even, I'd say, that great of a tower to max out, because you still need 2 of them to actually freeze enemies. Otherwise, it never reaches the max slowdown because of how slow its fire rate actually is. That being said, though, it does seem like a tower that you can spam, even though, I mean, its range is kind of terrible as well, 14. I guess if you spam it enough, it's quite good. Wow. Quite good being relative to what I thought it was going to be, like completely terrible. I mean, like, I guess it's an alternative to the Scout for low-level people, but then again, is it all that great? And you have to spam level 3 for it to be actually good. Now, does that make it the worst tower in the game? I genuinely think, I mean, it's all relative, yeah. It doesn't even have hidden, it has no head, it has no detections. It is literally blind to everything. It has one for leads. It probably can detect leads, right? Okay, so it can damage leads at least. Okay, which is weird because it doesn't show lead detection here, but it can penetrate leads. Okay, fine, fair. It can't detect flying, it can't detect hidden. I assume that they can detect those enemies if there are like other enemies nearby, but it can't detect those. So what would I rate the Snowballer? It's I can't lie, it's not, I don't think it's that great. If you're a low level person, I just get the soldier is much better than this. Like a soldier freezer combination probably is better for, like, if you want like a Snowballer. But I guess if you want to concatenize 2 towers into one, the Snowballer plus, I don't know, something like the Demo Man at level, I mean, even then before that, he doesn't get splash damage, so it's like a weird Scout plus Snowballer level 0, 1, 2, and then at level 3 it's a weird Snowballer plus Paintballer, probably. It's all weird, I can't lie. It's, in my opinion, not a good tower. And total damage seems to be broken as well. Like, this tower, I want to say some of the testers have said that they didn't have enough time to test this out. Yeah, it seems a bit jank. We'll see if they'll change it in the future. We'll see.